Mandalakaram Yaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Dashitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yat Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Abhajivyapi Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virajita Padam Pujaha Vedantam Puja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Vindunada Kaladita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samarudra Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindhuscha Jnapanam Sara Sampadaha Gurur Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Gururadikam Tattvam Na Gururadikam Tapaha Tattva Jnanat Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manatha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Adiranadisha Gurur Paramadevata Gurur Parataram Asti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuja Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuja Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
Sa Sadgurudeva
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Guru Nama Bhajo
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama Bhajo
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Guru Nama
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Guru Nama
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Nama
Bhajo Guru Nama Bhajo
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Guru Vishwananda Sadgurudeva
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Sadgurudeva Shri Vishwananda
Guru Nama Bhajo
Bhajo
Ato dharmani dharine Vishnu karmani pashyatato vritani paspase Indrasya yujasaka Tat Vishno paramam padagum sada pashyanti surya Ivi vachakshuratatam Tat vipraso vipanyavo jagrivagum sasamindate Vishnu yat paramam padam.
Govinda.
Om Vakratundamagaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketavare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Ekanda Sarjana Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Sabhavana Sahare Murari Radhe Sagope Sasurupa Brahmani Vanya Shri Dwarakashaya Vaikunta Pate Bhuvane Kamurte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Nina Krute Kamatarupa Varaha Murte Trivikramaya Bhuvane Prabhu Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kakirupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Paraparesha Damodara Chadarananda Kadayishuri Gogopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bandho Gopi Jana Prihari Tava Suprabhatam Shri Radhisai Bhujagadi Patapasai Sarvatra Satsagana Sai Ramanga Sai Shri Gopavama Mridu Talpa Sugadi Sai Gogopa Vallabha Hari Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapatri Sukha Narada Gautamadi Brahmansi Sangamani Sangavaparateshu Ishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagya Hetu Gopala Shekhare Suprabhatam Mandara Jadi Tulasi Dalamarika Jahe Mayani Anjali Pute Samuraharanti Ishtanti Vatpavata Dharatale Munigraha Radha Manoharare Suprabhatam Veda Trayam Patati Gotamakana Guryaha Gayanti Satguna Gano Varada Savargaha Sankirtayanti Tavanama Kada Visheshaha Shri Narada Dirishaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhano Dharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Sudesha Savanti Kota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukmini Savarada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsashina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktati Banjana Kripankara Dina Bandhu Nityanta Gayati Jana Priya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dara Prameya Padmalaya Shanata Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Sura Sevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindatale Viharanaya Mahendra Vandya Kandarpadarpa Haratinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Nipna Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nandanandana Yashoda Kumara Dhira Mayanga Dina Davichona Supushpahara Nilambudaha Susarira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vesrijam Bhavati Satya Sukandivatra Shri Mitra Vinda Dinasa Prabhu Pudrikanjahe Ishtanti Divya Bhavamita Vasevanada Gopi Mana Priyahare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Ramani Divya Munayurna Nisham Vadanti Rami Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Mahanisam Puri Krutam Mahapapam Shri Krishna Graha Hetutam Om Ishvara Paramakrishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadiyani Govinda Sarvangarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Satma Sakauta Vriksha Laksha Vriteshu Surabhiya Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahashta Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Everybody Nukhavantam Aravinda Lalaya Taksham Bharavatam Samasitam Bhuda Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alula Chandrakala Sattvanamanya Vamsi Ratna Gadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shamantri Bangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Sakalindriya Virtimanti Bhashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadurjvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Advaitamachatumanamanantarupam Aryam Purana Purusham Navayovanam cha Vedeshu Dulavan Adulavan Atma Bhakto Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Antasu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo Vayoratapi manaso muni pungavanam Sopyasti arprapadasinya vichintya tatve Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ekopya sura chaitum jagat andakotim Yakchakti asti jagat andachayat antaha Andantarasta paramanu chayantarastham Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yadbhavabhavita diyo manujasta deva Samprapya rupa mahima sanayana bhushaha Shukti yameva nigama pratitestu vanti Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitabhis Tabira eva nijarupataya kalavihi Goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhuto Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Vimanjana chiritabhakti lalochanena Santa sadeva hridayeshu vilokayanti Yam shama sundaram achintya gunasvarupam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ramadimurti shukalani amena tishtam Nanavataram akarut bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramapumanyu Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya prabhavato jagananta koti Koti shashesha vasudhani vibhuti pinam Tatbrahmanishkalamanantam ashesha bhutam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Maya yasya jagat anvashatani sutte Tregunyatat vishaya veda vitayamana Sattva valamya parasattva vishuddha sattvam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Ananda chinmaya satmatayamanasu Yapranilam pratipalam smaratam upetya Lelayatena bhuvanani jayata jasram Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Golokanam nijanam nitale cha tasya Devi mahisha hadidama suteshu teshu Te te prabhavachitaya vihitasthayena Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Srishti Shruti Pranaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga Echana Rupam Apiyasya Chachesta Tesa Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Shiram hetadadi vikara vishesha yogat Sanjayate nahitat pradagasti hittoho Ya sambudannapi tata samupeti karya Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Dipachideva idashantanamabhyupetya Dipayate vritaheti samana dharma Yasadadeva idashantanaya vibhati Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Yakardanarnavachale bhajati sma yoga Nidram ananta jagar antaroma kupaha Adara shaktima phalamya param svamurtim Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yasya kanisha satakala matadalamya Jivanti loma vilaja jaganantanataha Vishnu mahansaya yasya kala vishesho Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Pashvanyatashma sakaleshu nijeshu tejaha Sviyam kiyat pragatayata pitatva atra Pramaya asya jagavanna vidana karata Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yadpadapallavayudam vinidaya kumbha. Gandhe pranama samaye saganati rajaha. Vigna vihantu malayasya jagatrayasya. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Agni mahi gagana ambu marudishascha. Kalastata mama nasitti jagatrayani. Yasmat bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti amcha. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yakshasresa savita sakalagrahanam. Raja samasta suramurti rashesha tejaha. Yasyagna pramati samprata kala chakro. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Dharmo tapa panichaya shutaya stapamsi. Brahmadikitta patagavatayascha jivaha. Yattatamatra vibhava prakata prabhava. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Yasindra gopa matayendra mahosva karma. Vandana rupa palapajam matanoti. Karmani nirdharaki kintu shabhakti bhajam. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Yam krodha kama sahaja pranayani biddhi.
Vatsalya moha guru gauranga sevya bhavahe. Sanchitya tasya sadrisham tanuva purete. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadiyadi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami. Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami.
Jai Gurudev. Every Friday morning we are praising the Divine Mother, so we will now chant from the Veda. We are chanting the Shri Suktam, Bhu Suktam and Nila Suktam. It is on page 57 in your books. Just to shortly explain, these are three aspects, this is called the three wives of Lord Narayana, very prominent also in South India. Lakshmi, we know her as the mother who gives inside and outside wealth, prosperity, in many forms. Bhudevi, the second suktam, is to praise and to thank Mother Earth. And the third one, Nila Suktam, is a very short one. It is the aspect of the mother that gives us the energy to focus, like a laser-sharp focus, one-pointed focus. So it is Guruji's wish that if you want to chant along, we all stand up. I'll play in this a little bit lower, the key, and slower, so that you can follow the mantras. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Hiranyavarna Marinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Ma'avaha Ta Ma'avaha Jatavedo Lakshmi Manapagaminim Yasyam Hirenyam Vindeyam Gamashvam Purushanaham Ashvapurvam Ratamadyam Hastinada Prabodhinim Shriyam Devi Mupahvaye Shirma Devi Drushatam Kamso Smitam Hiranya Prakara Martram Jalantim Triptam Tarpayantim padme stitang padmavarnam tamiho pahvaye shayam Chandrang prabhasam yashasa jalantim shayam loke devajustam udaram Tam padmininim sharanamaham prapadye alakshmir menashyatam tvam vrne Aditya varne tapasoti jato vanaspatistava vrakshota bilvaha Tasya palani tapasanudantu mayantaraya chabaya alakshmi Upetu mam devasaka kirtischa manina saha Pradurvutosmi rashtresmin kirtim rittim datatu me Kshutpipasamalam jyeshtamalakshmim nashayamyaham Abhutimasamrittim cha sarvan nirnudamigrata Gandhadvaram durardarsham nityapushtam karishinim Ishvari gum sarvabhutanam tamiho pahvaye shayam Manasaka mamagutim vachas satyamashemahi Pashunam rupamannasya mahishi shayatam yashaha Kartaminak praja bhutamai sambhava kardhama Shriyam vasayame kule mataram padmamalinim Apasrajantu snigdhani chiklitavasame grihe Nicha devi mataram shriyam vasayame kule Ardram pushkarinim pushtim suvarnam hemamalinim Suryam hiranmayim lakshmim jatavedo mahavaha Ardram yakkarinim yashtim pingalam padmamalinim Chandram hiranmayim Lakshmim jatavedo mahavaha Ta mahavaha jatavedo Lakshmi manapagaminim Yasyam hiranyam prabhutam gavo dasyo shvaan vindeyam purushanaham Yashchik prayato bhutva juhuyada chamanvaham Suktang panchadasharjam chashikamas satatam japet Padmak priye padmini padmahaste padmalaye padmadalayatakshi Vishvak priye Vishnamanonakole Tvatpada padmam mahisannidasva Mahadevye cha vidmahe Vishnupaknye cha dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Bhumir Bhumna Jauvarinantariksham Mahitva Upaste te devyati tekne mannada mannat dhyayadade Ayango prishnirakrami dasanan mataram punaha Pitaram chaprayan suvaha Trigum shakta mavirajati vakpatangaya shishraye
pratyasya vahadyubihi asya pranatapananyantascharati rochana vyakyan mahishasuvaha yatva krita paro vapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattavapunastoti payamasi yatte mangyoparo tasya prithvi manudakvase aditya vishve takteva vasavascha samabharan mano jyotirjashatamatcham vichindam yagum samimam dadatu Bruhaspatistanutamimam no vishve deva ihamadayantam Medini devi vasundara syat vasuda devi vasavi Brahma varchasak pitrnagam shodram chakshurmanaha Devi Hiranyagarbhini Devi Prasuvari Sadani Satyayani Sida Samudravati Savitri Hano Devi Mayangi Mahodarni Bahokvetishta Shange Shange Yagni Yagni Vibhishani Indrapagni Vyapini Surasaridiha Vayumati Jalashayani Shriyam Daraja Satyanto Parimedini Shokpariratham Parigaya Vishnupadni Mahim Devi Madhavi Madhavam Priyam Lakshmi Priyasakim Devi Namamachata Vallabham Danudarayin Vidmahe Sarvasiddhye Chadhimahi Tanno Dhara Prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Neelam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapadye Granahi Gritavati Savitaragdipakye Payasvati Rantira Shano Astu Druvadisha Vishnupatnyagura Sishana Sahasoya Manota Bruhaspatir Magdarishvotavayu Sandhuvanavata Abhinogrananto Vishtambho Divo Daruna Prithivya Asishana Jagato Vishnupatni Mahadevecha Vidmahe Vishnupatni Chadimahi Tanno Nila Prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om
Om Agnarantimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Good morning, everybody. So I've taken a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam in connection, actually, with a a tweet or an X that Guruji tweeted or X'd last month. So the verse I've taken is from Canto 11, Chapter 21, verse 21. Taya virahita sadhu jantu sunyaya kalpate tatosya sarvartha vibramsho murchitasya murtasya cha, which means, O saintly Uddhava, a person bereft of real intelligence is considered to have lost everything. Deviated from the actual purpose of his life, he becomes dull, just like a dead person. So the tweet that Guruji made was very much in line with this. It's about keeping your aim in life, your focus in life. What have you come here for? And in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's part of the Uddhava Gita, the conversation between Lord Krishna and his dear friend Uddhava. And the conversation that he has with Uddhava is very similar. It's very, very similar to the conversation that he has with Arjuna. So up here in the ceiling, you see him having this conversation with Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And again, and again, and again, he reminds Arjuna, what is the focus, what is the direction, and how to achieve that direction. How not to get derailed from your vision, from your goal, from your purpose. It's very easy to get distracted in life. So this is what Guruji wrote. So it's the 7th of May. And he wrote, what is truly important in your life? Keep your focus on it firmly, no matter how many times you struggle to feel connected with it in your heart. The secret to being with Bhagavan is to simply be with him in your thoughts. It doesn't matter if you're sad. It doesn't matter if you feel like you have failed. It doesn't matter if many things are pulling you in different directions and life feels chaotic. Just breathe and be with God in your mind. Remember what your true goal is, to be with Bhagavan in every single moment of your life. That's it, that's all. And in that, you will truly be immersed in Satchitananda. You won't need anything of the outside to make you feel better. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? You will never be dependent on anything other than Bhagavan. That's true freedom. Never lose sight of what you truly want, because life has gotten difficult to navigate. Know that letting go of the true goal because something has hurt you is like cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're creating bigger problems if you walk away from the spiritual path because it has gotten tough to handle. Simply stay anchored, turn towards God more, speak to him from your heart more. In such moments of sorrow, despair, doubt, or struggle, the point is not to run away from the problem, it's not to run away from the path, because that will never solve the issue. It will come back bigger and more difficult to handle. The point is to become more deeply anchored within yourself, to put more emphasis on being with Bhagavan. When things feel very difficult, let your heart find its peace again in his presence within. And face the problem with love and acceptance. You will notice with his presence in your heart that the problem starts becoming smaller. The problems hold on you in your life. They will keep reducing until it disappears completely. But people try to run away from the problems. That's the opposite of what you should do. Accept them. Face them. Stop letting them hold you, and know yourself and your relationship with God to be greater than any problem. In this way, slowly, you will overcome every issue completely and forever. That's very reassuring, isn't it? And forever. And he said, don't run away from what is actually helping you to overcome the issues of your life. That's what I really like. He says, your spiritual path, the Satguru's guidance, Bhagavan's name, these are the things that are able to bring you genuine happiness and eternally grateful peace within you. But what do people do? They blame their problems on the spiritual path, on the Satguru. And he said, but those problems were destined to come in their life anyway. I'll read that bit again for anybody that has challenges in their life. But those problems were destined to come in their life anyway. They run away from the path, thinking that such an escape will also stop the problem from ever arising. But understand this well, that problem was always going to come your way. With your spiritual path with the Sadhguru, you have the pillars of love and support in your life that can actually help you and bring you out of every problem. But, he writes about, the mind loves to escape and blame things on others. So one runs away from the spiritual path, blames the Sadhguru for bringing tests, and so many other foolish thoughts. By putting the fault on something external, you have given your power away to actually feel better. When we blame, be firm and clear in your mind. Stay true to your own deep wish to reach Bhagavan's lotus feet, to feel his loving companionship all the time. Why take steps backwards when you've already tried so hard to get where you currently have reached? Keep calm and keep your faith in Bhagavan. He's taking care of everything for you, loving you most dearly and giving you himself. Just trust. So this is a tweet that I have shared on a few occasions and done satsangs whilst I was in the UK and Ireland. And it was very interesting. When sharing this, the first point here is like Krishna's talking to Uddhava and Arjuna and telling them what the focus and the purpose of life is. And Guruji's given us all a path. He's given us that focus, that clarity, that purpose. So if I was to ask any of you, Govinda, do you have a focus in your life? Do you have a purpose? I'm just curious, how many hands would go up? I would expect every single hand to go up in this room. But it was interesting. When I was doing the satsang out in the world, not all the hands would go up. Some people don't have a clue about what life is. They don't know where they're going. They don't really know what their focus on life is. They're lost. They don't have a northern star. And that's tough, because you've got to, you know, when footballers are playing football and sometimes they get tackled and they still got the ball and they still got to try and move forwards and around the people with the ball. It's a bit like that in life. They're struggling through life, being tackled by life, and not really knowing where they're going. So Guruji says, keep a focus on it firmly, no matter how many times you struggle to feel connected with it in your heart. So your focus is, let's say, God, for many of us, the path of bhakti, to be in that state of surrender. But how many times do we really feel that we're situated in that state of complete and utter surrender? You feel it all the time? Looking at some of the brahmacharinis, they're smiling. Do you feel that surrender when you wake up in the morning? Complete surrender? Ah. So Guruji says the secret to being with Bhagavan is to simply be with him in your thoughts. It doesn't matter if you're sad. It doesn't matter if you feel like you failed. How many of you may feel sad from time to time? A few. How many of you felt like you've failed at any point in your life? If I could put my feet up, I would as well. So irregardless of the emotional state that you're in, that you're passing through, he says, keep your mind focused on God. Just keep thinking about him. And he says, it doesn't matter if many things are pulling you in different directions and life feels chaotic. How many of you live busy lives out in the world? You have many different things to do? Quite a lot. How many of you that live here in the ashram have many things to do? Okay, Jagapati's got nothing to do. He's got his hands up now. So life is chaotic. There's a lot of things that we have to do. I know out in the world there's a lot of pressure. People really struggle to survive nowadays. The prices of living are so high. And their focus is on survival primarily, getting by, just paying the rent and getting the food covered each month. And then we have to focus on God. It is a struggle. And Guruji says, even if life is chaotic, breathe and be with God in your mind. So he's reminding you, be aware of your breathing. We breathe constantly, all the time, 24 hours a day. So remember what your true goal is, to be with Bhagavan in every single moment of your life. That's all. How many of you can truly be with God all the time? Okay. It's very hard, isn't it? How many of you can truly be with yourself? It's not so easy, is it? If you can't be truly with yourself, how can you be with God? What do you need to really feel and be with yourself, to feel that connection with yourself? I'm asking, what do you need? When you have a very, very busy mind, or conflicts are happening, or there's too many distractions, what do you need to connect with yourself? Silence, okay, and? What? Sorry? Just one person at a time. Huh? Yep, to chant the name of God. For many people, to feel that connection with their self, they need a bit of space. But to find that inner space inside is not easy when the mind is always active and you've got things that you've got to think about, you've got things that you have to do. And it's filling up that inner space inside the mind. So what's really needed for a lot of people to feel that connection inside? You can chant the name, yes, but it can be like a parrot just chanting. And you don't feel that connection. But you have to feel that connection internally. Otherwise, if you can't connect with yourself, how are you going to connect with Him that's even deeper inside? So we have to learn to feel and create that space inwardly. So creating space to connect helps to calm the mind down. And then it's more possible to be in the presence of God. He says you won't need anything out of yourself to make you feel better. That's beautiful. How many of us actually rely on other things outside of ourselves to make us feel better? Might be food. If you live in an ashram and you don't have the opportunity of family anymore, let's say, like in the traditional sense, the material sense, you don't have the opportunity for a sexual relationship, you don't have an opportunity to just go and do whatever you want whenever you want. One of the last things that are left is food. And I can tell you, having lived in an ashram for many years, one of the greatest motivators is food. Sometimes we have like a internal group here. We might have a Prabhu's group or a Mataji's group. And when there is a picture of some cake, in the dining hall, I've literally seen people like open their doors and run down the corridor to get to the cake before the brothers and sisters that are in the ashram get there first. We want to feel good. But can we feel good all the time if we're depending on things that come and go on the outside? No, they will come and go. We're fooling ourselves that we can, because those things that give us pleasure will come and go, unless we turn into that inner source, that eternal presence, which is always and forever present. So he says you won't need anything on the outside to make you feel better. You will never be dependent on anything other than Bhagavan. It's true freedom. It's very beautiful because a lot of us feel like, I really want freedom. I really want to be free. I want to experience that state of freedom from partner, husband, wife, the dog, the mortgage, many things. But being in the presence of Bhagavan, you live in that inner state of freedom. Never lose sight of what you truly want because life has gotten difficult to navigate. That's a challenge, isn't it? It's not easy to walk the spiritual path, is it? Or it is? How many of you get distracted by things in the world? Sometimes I get distracted. So Guruji says here, know that letting go of the true goal because something has hurt you is like cutting off your nose to spite your face. I know quite a few devotees over the years. Guruji asks each devotee, every devotee, as part of being a devotee, to come together in Sangha. How many devotees find it hard to come together in Sangha? How many of you have had challenges in the Sangha? So few. Damn. You need more challenges. You stay in a Sangha long enough, you'll have challenges. Guaranteed. Why? Because Sangha's there to make you grow. You think Guruji's here just to give you a good time? He's like, oh, come on the spiritual path. Have a long, long, long holiday. No. It's not about going on holiday. It's about growing. So if Guruji wants to make you grow, what does he have to do? He said himself, I have to challenge your mind. So when your mind is challenged, what happens inside of you? What begins to come up? Bit of resentment, maybe frustration, you get confused, maybe you become angry. Do these qualities, do they feel good? Mm-mm. So sometimes to be in Sangha, you're confronted with your expectations, your beliefs, how you've been brought up. Other people act in completely different ways, maybe the opposite to the way that you think that people should behave. So you're challenged. There are lots of mirrors. The challenges will be there. And for this reason, I know a lot of devotees that say, oh, no, Sangha is not for me. I'm stepping back. I'll just take some distance. And what it often means is I'm going to run away from Sangha. That means you don't want to grow. You don't want to look at the situation that you have in front of you, where life has put you, where the Guru has even put you. I know it's not easy to be in Sangha. People are not easy. Sometimes life is not even easy. But Guruji said, do you know how much karma is worked out in Sanghas? An incredible amount of karma is worked through in the Sangha. Because with all these mirrors around you, you have to begin to look at yourself. You have to begin to look at yourself. So he says, you are creating bigger problems if you walk away from the spiritual path because it's gotten tough to handle. Simply stay anchored. Turn towards God more. Speak to Him from your heart more. In such moments of sorrow, despair, doubt, or struggle, the point is not to run away from the problem. It's not to run away from the path. Another question. How many of you have thought about running away from the spiritual path? Big time. Big time, big time, big time. Many times. Yeah, I've been really times when I've been living here and I put the suitcase on the bed and the pen and the notepad was on the table. I was going to write to Guruji, dear Guruji, I love you, and beep, everybody else. And I wanted to pack the suitcase and just leave, You will come to that point. You will face and you will come to your limit, your edge. You have to. Because if you don't come to your edge, your limit, how will you grow? How will you grow? The Guru has to bring you to the limit, to the edge. And I've seen Guruji do that with a few of us. Sometimes we're not entirely sure where our limit is. And Guruji is like, a master tennis player. He throws the ball up in the air and he smashes it. Guruji is like he's the tennis player and you are the ball. And as he throws you up in the air, you're like, oh, what's going on? And then he smashes you straight down the line, boosh, and gets an ace. But you don't know that you've been smashed right to the line. And it feels extremely uncomfortable. And then you think, okay, that's it. I want to run away. I need to leave. I need to go. No, this is completely wrong understanding. You need to understand why you went through that process. So the point is to become more deeply anchored within yourself. This is when you need to go inside. This is when you need to look inside and understand and create that space to feel that state of discomfort, that state of, I want to run away. Allow space for that. Why is that present now? What is it here to teach me? You will notice with this presence in your heart that the problem starts becoming smaller. The problems hold on you in your life. If you create that space, that inner space, that problem can be there and you can relate to it through spaciousness, through peace, through silence. And that problem is allowed to float in space, inside of you. And you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to try and transform it. You don't have to whatever with it. You just allow it to be there. It will change by itself in that presence of awareness. But Guruji says people try to run away from the problems. That's the opposite of what you should do. Accept them. Create space inside. Allow it to be there. Face them. Stop letting them hold you in their shackles. And know yourself and your relationship with Bhagavan to be greater than any problem. If you think back in your lives, how many of you had an easy life? It's nice that one person's honest. But we all think, we haven't had an easy life. When you look at the lives of some of the saints, my God, they really have struggled. They've had a really hard life. They really went through hardship. But Guruji says, remember that know yourself and your relationship with Bhagavan to be greater than any problem. It's really beautiful. In this way, slowly you will overcome every issue completely and forever. I think that's really the takeaway. We can underline that. You will overcome every issue completely and forever. He says, don't run away from actually what is helping you to overcome the issues of your life. So that's also a really, really big takeaway. Don't run away from what is actually helping you to overcome the issues of your life. You are being brought into that situation so that you can see what it is you're carrying. You're being brought to that point of challenge so that you can understand yourself more deeply. You're being brought to that point so you can begin to see yourself in a different way. So we talked briefly yesterday, a few days ago, about the 6 enemies of the mind. This is karma, lust or desire, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, which is delusion or attachment, mada, which is pride or ego, and matsarya, which is jealousy. Often our minds are plagued by many of these different qualities. How many of us get angry sometimes? How many of us might get a bit jealous that Guruji's not giving us the attention? No, never, not me. Guruji gave me the name Anashuya. Ana means without and Shuya means jealousy. How many years was I unconsciously jealous of my sister? many decades. So your spiritual path, the Satguru's guidance, Bhagavan's name, these are the things that are able to bring you genuine happiness and eternal peace within you. But what do people do? They blame their problems on the spiritual path, on the Satguru. But these problems were destined to come in their life anyway. Isn't that a relief? Oh, I'm going to have challenges. I'm going to have problems. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Oh no. But that's how life is. Life is meant to have challenges. Life isn't a linear line, it's ups and downs. And when you're around a Sadguru, yeah, you have to be around the fire. You're going to get burned. You're going to feel that heat, that intensity. And Guruji says, the people, they run away from the path, thinking that such an escape will also stop the problem from ever arising. Coming back to this situation, people run away from the Sanghas because there's difficulty. It doesn't feel good in the Sangha. Guruji is stirring the pot on purpose. He needs to cook. He needs to make a beautiful soup. And if you're the peas and somebody else is the carrots and another person's the spinach, yeah, and he needs to stir it round a little bit and throw some spice inside to make it tasty. So in the Sangha, it's a bit like a soup. Guruji's cooking it for all of you. But to make it have an incredible flavor, to taste so nice. But people don't want to be the pea or the carrot. They run away. So understand this well. The problem was always going to come your way. With your spiritual path with the Satguru, you have the pillars of love and support in your life that can actually help you bring you out of every problem. Isn't that amazing? Every problem that you have in your life, that you will have in your life, will be resolved by these pillars. It doesn't mean to say that problems will stop coming, but the solution is there for every single one of them. How many of you would like to have a solution for every problem in your life? I would expect to see every single hand in the room go up, unless you really love to struggle. But the mind loves to escape and blame things on others. And that's really what happens a lot of the time, also in Sanghas, because there's all these mirrors there. We say, yeah, that person's got the problem. Guruji's talked many times when we say, yeah, the issue is with him or with her. And we have three fingers pointing back at us, but we have one finger pointing at the so-called problem. Because we haven't yet matured. We haven't yet looked, what is my responsibility and my part in that conflict? When we started this ashram, we had lots of conflicts. And Guruji had to write us a document, how I want you to work together. And he says, look at the part that you play in the conflict. Take your responsibility. Go into your strength. Go into your greatness. Don't go into your weakness and make yourself a victim. Go into your strength. Go into your greatness. Don't be a victim. So he says, by putting the fault on something external, you have given away your power to actually feel better. And this is why he wrote that document, to remind us, go into your strength, go into your greatness. Because whenever the problem is out there, it's like we make ourselves the victim of life, or of the people, of the other people in the Sangha that we don't like, or in the work situation, or in the family, or we're sitting in the traffic. That light is always red every time I get here. I always don't get to work on time. Well, leave the house a bit earlier. It's very easy to make the problem out there, and we're the ones that have to suffer it. Take the responsibility. And then he finishes off by saying, why take steps backwards when you already tried so hard to get where you currently have reached? You're now on the spiritual path, and I know some people have run away. They've left Guruji. And Guruji said, They may have left me, but I have not left them. I remember him saying that on several occasions when several people have left. And there was one occasion, like in Mauritius, there was 2 people there. And Guruji said to them, wow, it's been a long time since we met. And the 2 people were sitting there looking at each other like, what's he talking about? And he said, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. Why did you leave it so long, he said to them. And they didn't know what he was talking about. And he says, it's been 15,000 years since we've met. That's a long time. So it's not often that you come across the Sadguru. Guruji says that it is a very rare thing to have a Sadguru in your life. Just imagine what your life has been now. I don't think there's anybody here over the age of 80. How much suffering have you had in your life? Okay, multiply that by 15,000 years. That's a lot of suffering. When you've worked so hard to get where you are now, and then you want to run away. And that desire, that wish to get out of that discomfort is present in all of us. Look at Arjuna on the battlefield. He wants to run away. He doesn't want to fight. And he's the greatest warrior on the planet. Just think about that. The greatest warrior on the planet wants to run away. Then what about me? So if he wants to, for sure, everybody wants to run away, no? So this is what Guruji's reminding. Don't take a step backwards. He says, keep calm and keep your faith in Bhagavan. We've had, I think it's a very English thing. It says, keep calm and carry on. We should have t-shirts printed, keep calm and keep your faith in Bhagavan. So he's taking care of everything for you, loving you most dearly and giving you himself. Just trust. And that's a challenge, isn't it? To not let that mind go into the negative, but actually to sit in that space of trust. That could be a very good spiritual exercise, just to sit in that space of trust for a few minutes each day and to connect with that feeling of trust, that trust for life. No matter what's happening, just to sit in that space of trust. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Dayine.
Pralada Lada Dayine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha
Shiladantana Kalaye.
Shiladantana Kalaye.
Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho.
Ito Narasimho Parato Narasimho.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho.
Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimho.
Vahi Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Vahi Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pralada Lada Dayine.
Pralada Lada Dayine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Vakshaha
Shila Dankana Kalaye
Shila Dankana Kalaye
Idon Rasimo Baraton Rasimo
Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimho
Yato Yato Yamitaton Rasimo
Yato Yato Yamitato Nasimho
Mahin Rasimo Hridaye Narasimo
Bari Nasimho Hridaye Nasimho
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade
Nasimha Marim Sharanam Prapade
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade
O Nasimha Marim Sharanam Prapade
Namaste Narasimhaya
Namaste Narasimhaya
Pralada Lada Daine
Pralada Daine
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha
Shila Dankana Kalaye
Shila Dankana Kalaye
Idon Rasimho Baraton Rasimho
Ito Nasimho Parato Nasimho
Yato Yato Yamitaton Rasimho
Yato Yato Yamitato Nasimho
Mahin Rasimho Hridaye Narasimho
Bari Nasimho Hridaye Nasimho
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade
Nasimha Marim Sharanam Prapade
Avakara Kamalavare Akamaduta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Tavakala Kamalavare Nakamadhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Jaya Narasingha Dev Narasingha Dev Narasingha Dev Jaya Narasingha Dev
Jaya Narasingha Dev Narasingha Dev Narasingha Dev Jaya Narasingha Dev
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Shri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Shri Vishwananda Gurudev
Shri Vishwananda Gurudev 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 Shri Vishwananda Gurudev
Gurudev Gurudev Shri
Vishwananda Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev Sri Vishwananda Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Yatindraya, Karunakaraya, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me.
Prapatti Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me.
Prapatti Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Siddhandadarine Godagrajaya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Siddhandadarine Godagrajaya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Range Sake Karyadataya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Range Sake Karyadataya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Mananataya Darini Daraya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Mananataya Darini Daraya Mangala, Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala Me.
Oh, Mangala, Mangala Me. Om Jai Lakshmi Mata.
Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
तुमको निषदिन सेवत, तुमको निषदिन सेवत, हर विष्णु विधाता.
Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
उमरा ब्रह्माणि तुम्हारी जगमाता.
Jaya Tumari Jagamata.
सूर्य चंद्रमा जावत,
Surya Chandrama Java.
नारद ऋषि गाता.
Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
दुर्गा रूप निरंजन सुख संपत्ति दाता.
Jaya Sukha Sampati Data.
जो कोई तुमको जावत,
जो कोई तुमको जाना.
रिद्धि सिद्धि धन पाता.
Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
तुम पाताल निवासी, तुम ही शुभदाता.
Jaya Tumari Shubhadata.
काम प्रभाव प्रकाशिनी,
Kama Prabhava Prakashi.
भवनिधि की त्राता.
Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
जिस घर में तुम्हारा नित्य सब सद्गुण आता.
Jaya Sab Sadguna Ata.
सब संभव हो जाता.
Sab Sambhava Ho Jata.
मन नहीं घबराता.
Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata.
तुम विनया जन होते, वस्त्र न कोई पाता.
Meya Vastra na koi pata.
ओ मैं वस्त्र न कोई पाता, कान पाक वे बाबा, वो सब तुम से आता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
शुभ गुण मंदिर सुंदर क्षीरोदध जाता, ओ मैं क्षीरोदध जाता, ओ मैं क्षीरोदध जाता,
क्षीरोदध जाता।
रत्न चतुर्दश तुम बिन,
रत्न चतुर्दश तुम बिन
कोई नहीं पाता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
महालक्ष्मी जी की आरती जो कोई जन गाता, ओ मैं
जो कोई जन गाता,
ओ मैं जो कोई जन गाता,
जो कोई जन गाता।
उड़ आनंद समाता,
पूरा आनंद समाता,
पाप उतर जाता।
जय लक्ष्मी माता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता, मैं जय लक्ष्मी माता।
तुमको निश दिन सेवत, तुमको निश दिन सेवत,
हर विष्णु विधाता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता,
मैं जय लक्ष्मी माता। तुमको निश दिन सेवत, तुमको निश दिन सेवत, हर विष्णु विधाता। ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव ज्ञानविनं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं
मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव।
गोविन्द। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्यो मा
गमय।
ओम शांति शांति शांति। लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु,
लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
प्रेम से बोलो श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, श्री भूतभृतेश्वरनाथ सिंह भगवान की, बोलो राधा कृष्णा कन्हैया लाल की, श्री मावता क्रिया बाबा जी की, श्री रमानुजाचार्य की। प्रेम से बोलो सद्गुरुदेव श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की। क्लीं कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपी जन्मवल्लभाय पराय परम पुरुषाय परकर्म मंत्र यंत्र तंत्र औषधस्त्र शस्त्राणि समराय समराय मृत्यो मोक्षाय मोक्षाय। ओम नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय दीप्ति ज्वलप्रताय सर्वरिक्षमना हुं फट् परस्मै परब्रह्मणे प्रज्योतिषे स्वाहा। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। जय जय श्री राधे,
जय जय श्री राधे,
जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। विक्रमण गोविंद, गोपिका जीवन स्मरणम गोविंद, भक्त वत्सल गोविंद, कुंडलीक वरदे एकनाथनम देव। बोलो पंडरीनाथ महाराज की, रुक्मिणी महारानी की, समस्त भक्त मंडली की। अलवार शरण